There's no way. There is absolutely no way that Leon Rose goes through with this, as over the last few days, we've heard that Mitchell Robinson is on the trade block potentially, and now an even crazier report has been revealed that the Knicks do have interest in Clint Capela, and it would take so much for them to trade for Capela that this would be insane. And also, we have news on a potential Marcus Smart trade as well, as trade season starts to get insane for the New York Knicks and their fans, and we're going to take a look at all of this because this is obviously insane stuff. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into things as always. And with trade season being right in the prime of it, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're part of that 67% not subscribed yet, make sure to hit the button. We have a ton of interesting videos coming out, not just trade rumors, some other stuff as well. We're having a lot of fun on this channel, and I don't want you to miss out. But let's jump into this. The New York Knicks, they're in a weird spot, as Mitchell Robinson has been open for a trade officially, and this has led to a lot of different offers, as Mitch is the most tradable contract on the New York Knicks that has any potential of being moved. And taking a look at where the New York Knicks are, and with Mitchell Robinson not being back, several outlets have proposed several different ideas, and New York Knicks insider Ian Begley reminded Knicks fans around the world that the Knicks have had a lot of interest in Clint Capela, someone who could likely get traded off the Atlanta Hawks in the next few days. Now, Begley mentioned the club in Atlanta has been open to discussions on Clint Capela, and that Capela was one of the several big men on the Knicks' radar in the 2024 offseason. There was also rumors about Capela back during the season last year. There have been Clint Capela rumors to the New York Knicks for a very long time, and it peaked over the offseason where the New York Knicks have shown they're still interested in some other potential guys as well. Obviously, this is crazy, and thinking about Clint Capela going to the Knicks is something that just comes back time and time again, and that usually is the indicator of a trade happening. But with Clint Capela, it would be insane to see. Now, Capela is someone who puts up 9 and 9 as his role is diminishing, as we're seeing Onyeka Okongwu really take over as the premier big man in Atlanta, and the Hawks are trying to trade off Capela, who is an expiring contract. But for the New York Knicks to acquire Capela, it would take an insane offer that nobody would take. It involves Mitchell Robinson, who I to this day stand by is better than Clint Capela at basketball today. Every time the two face off, Mitchell Robinson is always getting the better of Clint Capela. He's more athletic, he's a better rebounder, he's a better defender. He's very similar to Capela, except he's just an all-around better player. But on top of that, the Knicks would also have to give up Precious Achiuwa in the process just because of financial reasons. Now, guys, here's the thing. Achiuwa is on a $6 million contract, and Mitch is on a $14 million contract. So the Knicks, to get Clint Capela, would have to give up this and most likely Jericho Sims as well, just to make the money work. That is an absurd trade. Now, the only argument for the New York Knicks even trying to do a trade like this is the sheer thought that they desperately need a true contending big man. And if the Knicks do this, I hope those sirens outside go and arrest the entire Knicks front office for doing a trade like this. Now, look, the Knicks are in an interesting position where they do definitely need a big man, but all signs point to that guy becoming Mitchell Robinson. And NBA insider Brian Windhorst said the same thing in regards to the Knicks trade deadline in a general sense, saying the Knicks deadline acquisition is Mitchell Robinson. Common refrain from the Knicks organization for the last couple months. The Knicks have been talking about this. They have a deadline plan. The plan is to bring Mitchell Robinson back to the court, something the New York Knicks do believe is going to happen over the next couple weeks. Even in just 2 weeks from now, we could see Mitchell Robinson back on the court for the New York Knicks. Now, I do have a video coming out kind of on the mystery of Mitchell Robinson's injury, and we will talk about that in an upcoming video this weekend, though we're going to space it out a bit so we're not just constantly talking about Mitch on this channel. But obviously with trade rumors hitting their peak as we are just less than a week away from the NBA trade deadline, what we're seeing is the New York Knicks get roped into a bunch of wild deals. Now, where Mitchell Robinson's at right now, he's yet to play a game, but he's a career 8-8 guy. It feels like the Knicks trading for Clint Capela using Mitchell Robinson is at best a lateral move. Meanwhile, you lose your tradable contract in Mitchell Robinson that if you want to move him, you should try to save until a later part, such as the offseason when Mitchell Robinson's value rises. Mitch hasn't played a game this year. This is the lowest his trade value's ever been. Why would the Knicks trade him now? And especially for a guy like Clint Capela. Now, obviously, it would be surprising to see that. And there is a bit of a caveat with Clint Capela as well, which is essentially the New York Knicks, it's no secret they're interested in Capela. And I believe over the offseason, when they trade away Mitchell Robinson like I expect them to, that they will pursue Clint Capela in the free agent market. I'd be very surprised if they didn't take a look at Capela being a German center who could kind of help mentor Ariel Hukporti for a year while the Knicks ramp up Hukporti to try to become one of the key pieces for their future, specifically as a backup center role. So I would expect the Knicks to go after him. But here's the thing about Clint Capela. It's tough for the New York Knicks to acquire him now. Capela makes well above the mid-level exception, and the Knicks, since they're over the first apron, they can't sign a buyout contract guy like Capela who could likely get bought out of his contract if he gets moved. They can't sign him because he makes too much money. So the Knicks, what they would have to do if they wanted Capela this bad would be to make an awful trade, or what they would have to do is wait till the offseason and sign him there. And I do expect the Knicks to really go after Capela if they decide to trade Mitchell Robinson over the offseason, which I would be pretty surprised if they didn't try to do. Now, at the same time, we've also gotten reports on Marcus Smart, who Tim Bontemps broke this down. Now, Bontemps mentioned that one Memphis player to watch over the next week is guard Marcus Smart. League sources have mentioned that there's been plenty of discussion about the former Defensive Player of the Year in recent weeks. Now, obviously, it's a very interesting thought, and our friend, Knicks Feed, friend of the channel, said that the Knicks have been interested in Smart for multiple seasons. So this is legitimate interest by the New York Knicks. They usually go for guys who they've been interested in for a long period of time, like Mikal Bridges, who they had long interest in. The Knicks have been rumored to be going for Karl-Anthony Towns since Leon Rose began being the president of the New York Knicks. The Knicks were linked to OG Anunoby for months before they traded for him. The Knicks were linked to Jalen Brunson for months before they got him. The only surprise on the Knicks is Josh Hart, which was a move the Knicks made to, one, get a guy who works well with Jalen Brunson, and also a guy who would fit their team very well. He's the one guy who the Knicks weren't publicly interested in for months or even years on end. Marcus Smart is someone the Knicks have been interested in for years on end. And now, as Knicks Feed says, it's the same deal. He's over the mid-level exception, but the Knicks do have reported interest in Marcus Smart, and they have for a while, so it will be interesting to see. The problem is, it's the same thing. You'd have to give up most of your center depth to match the money. Smart makes less than Capela, and the Knicks would still have to trade Mitchell Robinson and Precious Achiuwa just to get the trade done, which would be an awful idea. This is kind of how the trade deadline works, especially Smart's not having his best season. He's putting up 9 points and 2 rebounds and 4 assists and getting a steal per game where he just doesn't really fit on the Memphis Grizzlies at all. His shooting has not been effective as well. Marcus Smart is just not on the right team right here, and it's clearly caused some problems for the New York Knicks. Now, I do think that Marcus Smart's a very good player, and I do think the Knicks will have interest in Marcus Smart over the offseason, but as of right now, it makes no sense to do either of these trades, and frankly, I'd be shocked if we see the Knicks make any sort of big trade involving Mitchell Robinson. So me saying that right there, it's why this video is titled There Is No Way. I will tell you right now, I'm going to take a guess and say there is no way that the New York Knicks trade Mitchell Robinson at the deadline. However, if rumors really heat up, I will make another video on it before the Thursday trade deadline. But if rumors kind of stay the same, we can close this book on Mitchell Robinson trade rumors for a good 5-6 months, which I know is going to make you guys who are viewing this happy, because we're all sick of it at this point. Let's be real. But guys, let me know what you think down below. Should the Knicks go for Capela in any sense, even the offseason? Same thing with Marcus Smart. Who should they go for at the trade deadline? We will make a few more deadline videos, and then don't worry, we're going to be months and months without trade videos. You will get a break from them. Believe me, I'm making a ton as well. I understand. So let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Knicks.